So you're thinking about moving to Vinings, Georgia. Well, my buddy Oscar and teammate here and I are in the Vinings Jubilee, which is a great little happening spot here in Vinings. But in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you around. We're gonna show you a couple of different properties and a couple of different price points around Vinings. See if we can find something that fits into your budget. And then if you stick around to the very end, we're gonna come back to one of our favorite cafes, do a market update so you can be up to date of the market here in Vinings. So if you have any interest in moving here, you're gonna wanna stick around for that. And we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Atlanta, Georgia, or in this case, Vinings, well then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the updated market here in Atlanta. My name's Denny, and the team, like Oscar and I, we get calls each and every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving next week, next year, or anytime in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even schedule a Zoom, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. As I mentioned, this is my buddy Oscar. He is one of our most experienced, top producing agents on the team of living in Atlanta, Georgia. And I brought him along today, one, because he's a wealth of knowledge, two, well, because Oscar's kind of camera shy and I'm trying to get him used to being in front of this camera. So in the comments below, I know Oscar's gonna do a great job, but what I would love for you to do is let us know how he's doing. How about that, Oscar?
Oh, I want to learn from you, and so far so good.
Awesome. Well, listen, thanks for joining us. We're
pleasure.
here in Vinings Jubilee. This is like a real happening hot spot here in the Vinings area. Here right behind us we have Paces and Vine. This cafe over here, Cafe at Far, we're gonna go there in a little while, but I see a CVS, a Banana Republic, Restore, which is like IVs and cryotherapy, some boutiques, some restaurants, and then you can see behind us in the distance, there's a big commercial office building. Actually, my attorney and financial planner is in there. That's where his office, Patrick, he's over there. And then Home Depot is here in Vinings. Home Depot, you ever heard of Home Depot?
Oh, kind of.
Yeah, they're
before a couple of times.
They're a major employer in the Atlanta area, and Arthur Blank, the owner, also owns Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which you are probably familiar with. It's a state-of-the-art new stadium. The Falcons, who play there, and then who's our favorite team?
Oh, you know, the Braves.
The Braves, they won the World Series, but I'm talking about the Atlanta United.
Sure.
We're huge United fans, and if you follow us on social media, you'll see us there. But that's the Vinings area. We're gonna pop around to a couple of different properties. Before we do that, Oscar, I know we were doing a little, brushing up on our research and our data earlier. Just give the folks like an idea of like the median, the home value, income, population, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the population on this area, Vinings, it's 13,000.
13,000.
13,000. Yeah,
You would think you'd be a lot bigger than that.
You would think so, but it's I guess it's probably the downtown and not the rest of the suburbs, but
yeah,
13,000.
We'll verify that in our market update.
Yeah.
That a lot of times when we do that initial research, they're talking about like the city center.
Yeah,
but we'll look at the
case.
zip codes and everything in there.
Yeah.
But 13,000. But so how much do people make? How much do they earn around here?
People make an average of 82,000.
82,000.
I thought it was small for this area though.
Yeah, I do too. I think a lot of what's probably driving that is that a lot of retirees end up here in this area. If you the perimeter 285, Vinings is actually just inside of the perimeter. So it's in Cobb County. It was the number one place to live in Cobb County. And it's inside of the perimeter. Most of Cobb County is outside of the perimeter. And so I think a lot of the people that, they make all their money working in Buckhead and downtown, and when they retire, they still want to be in the city, but they don't want to go all the way to Kennesaw.
Which is next door from downtown, Buckhead, Midtown.
Yeah. So you can get into Cobb County with a little bit lower taxes and still be in the city in Vinings. So, you know, I'm going to switch hands because that arm's getting tired. Okay. Was that smooth enough? So that might have something to do with it, as I think you have the young, you know, starters, young professionals, families. Actually sold a house right across from where we had lunch today last year. My wife's hairstylist lives in this area. Shout out to Taylor. I don't know if you're ever going to see this. She's amazing, by the way, has a salon in Roswell. But I think that's one of the things. It's like young professionals who are starting out. It's retirees, but then it's also, you know, there's a lot of money being made in Vinings for sure.
Right, and also it's very accessible too. We're next door of 285 highway, so I like housing in the Vinings. So, and talking about housing, the median price range in this area is 480,000.
480.
480.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be maybe 500 or 550.
Yeah, a little bit higher.
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
Because it's Smyrna, you know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of housing, by the way, if you haven't seen our Smyrna vlog, you should check that out too. The difference, Vinings is right inside the perimeter. Smyrna is right outside of the perimeter. So you might want to check that out. But speaking of housing, why don't we hop in the car and start our tour and go show them some houses?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're here at our first stop in Vinings, and this is a beautiful new construction Ashton Woods development. I've done quite a bit of business with him and in this community itself. As you can see, you have an entrance right here with actually a red light, which is always nice to stop traffic, and a really nice community right here behind me. This looks more like a clubhouse or a pool house, but it's really just like a gated entrance into the pool. I'll show you more of that in a second. The reason I wanted to choose this property is because if you're in the maybe 300s, if that's your budget, it's probably going to be a condo or a townhome. If it's a little bit older, it's probably going to be in the, you know, $200 a foot. It could be a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. If it's brand new like this, you're going to be more like the $250 to $300 a foot. So these townhomes in this community right now, they're about 16 to 1700 square feet, and they're going for around the $460,000 to $480,000. So about that 260 to 265 a foot. Just kind of show you the other side of this. You have some areas where you can cook out, you can get a picnic table, you get a gazebo, kind of hang out over there. Obviously it's February, no one's at the pool, but you have a pool, and then you have that entrance back there. It's surrounded by you know, townhomes, which, you know, if you want to be on the pool, you can be right here, or there's a few more blocks where you can get out away from the center of the community. But again, this is about 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,650 square feet, $460,000, depending on, you know, how you design it. And there's currently only one that's ready to move in right now. That won't last long, but maybe when you're watching this, they'll have another one. There are a few more units available. So anyway, let's get to the next stop. So we're here at our next stop, and I don't know if you can see down at the end of the road, but that is a massive new home down there, which most of them in the neighborhood don't look like that. Some of them are, this is a very old, mature neighborhood, as you can see. Lots of huge trees, lots of greenery, lots of privacy. And there's a big mixture of like these older kind of normal homes that have been here since the 50s and 60s, and then some renovated homes like the one I'm going to show you, and then some like brand new custom estate homes. It feels a little more kind of affluent in this section. I was driving in actually between this second property and the third. They're shooting a movie. If you don't know, Atlanta or Georgia has become one of the top movie production states in the world, if not number one. It surpassed LA a few years ago. Atlanta did. But this is the property right here behind us. It's 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,600 square feet, and it's listed at $635,000. So it's been fully renovated inside and out. So it is an older home with a new renovation inside. But let me just show you a little bit of the other homes in the neighborhood. So you have kind of that style, you know, no garage, the backyard's not great. I'd probably say it's not, you know, if those things are important to you, there's going to be some better options, but it's in this 600. Looks like somebody's coming to look at it. But in that price point, there's not a lot of options in the Vinings area. Vinings you know, is in Cobb County, so the taxes are lower, but look at some of these neighbors. Like, these are just Like this is an example of one of the older ones, would be like that. But then you have these really big estate looking homes that that one was probably built in the early 2000s. This one right here, I always love siding with stone and brick and birchwood. This right here, I mean, this neighborhood, y'all, it's gorgeous. The next house on the tour, we're gonna do a new construction home again too, and it's gorgeous, but it really depends on, you know, do you like old, do you like new, do you like character, do you like modern, you know, what's your style? Let me know in the comments below. All right, we're here on our next stop, and we are at a beautiful John Whelan community. So another new construction. This time we're doing single family homes, and this community has about 40 lots, only 4 of them left. And as you can see behind me, this is the model home. But just kind of give you an idea, homes are 3 or 4 bedrooms. They go from 2,800 square feet to 3,600 square feet and about $300 a foot. So the next one that's available is right around that 850,000 range. In this market, they're really letting people, new construction used to walk in and they would name the price. At this point, they're even taking offers on the last couple of lots, which is a little bit of a different process for new construction. But since the sales agent here was so gracious, I'm gonna give you a quick tour. As I walk in, let me just remind you, don't ever walk into a new community like this and walk into that sales office and talk to that agent without being represented. She works for the builder, and so her goal, her job is to sell you a home and to make the most money possible for the builder, not to represent you. You need representation. Having said that, let's walk on in. Look at this. We got some rocking chair front porch, this beautiful red door. This gentleman, you better hurry up. I think he's gonna buy it. This is your dining room right here on the front. I love this. Used to be an office. It's set up like a dining room. Love the mirrors in there. Nice open concept. So come to your kitchen. High-end Wolf appliances. Look at that 6-burner Wolf range. This massive island right there, and then office, kind of mudroom. That's the garage down there. They always set up the sales center in the garage. So this is really cool. This laundry room actually goes right into the master closet. And so here you have your master bedroom. Wow, isn't that cool? I always love that feature. Let's get to our next stop. All right, so we're actually back in the same neighborhood that we were at for our second stop, and as you can see behind us, we've got some new construction going on. We've got some older renovated properties. As I mentioned before, you've got some older homes that have not been necessarily renovated but have been taken really good care of, and then you have this beautiful home right here behind me, which is about 5,500 square feet. It was built in 2019, and it's listed at $1.95 million, so just under $2 million. There's about 5,500 square feet, like I mentioned. And then in the back of it, I love the design, but in the back of it, you actually have a pool. So inside, you're gonna get a very modern feel. You see there's a bunch of glass right out in the front. And then across the street, you have this unique property right here. So like I mentioned before, this is a really cool, interesting neighborhood. I really like it a lot. There's a lot of character. You have a whole different variety. And then look at this, you've got a nice little creek running through the yard, and that continues on by the home on the other side as well. So really cool property, but you know, I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to show you what maybe $2 million looks like here in Vinings. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that tour. Oscar and I have swung back by one of our favorite cafes. This is a cafe on Pharr. That's P-H-A-R-R. If you're ever in the Vinings area or Vinings Jubilee, you definitely want to stop by here. And what we really want to do is just take a couple of minutes to kind of break down the market here in Vinings, kind of give you some insights into some trends, what's going on, so you know what to expect, and really ultimately make a decision as to whether or not this is an excuse me, this is an area that you would like to live in. So with that being said, I always like to start with just like the demographic information. We did a little bit more digging, and the zip code 13,000 is like the Vinings kind of center city.
The little downtown, like
yeah. If you take the entire zip code, postal code that's considered Vinings, it was 24.
Yeah, approximately
24,000 population. And again, that little ring around Atlanta 285 we call the perimeter. This is just inside the perimeter, and it's the northwest corridor. So if you're looking at the map, I-20 runs west and east. 75, 85, they kind of meet in the middle and go together, and then they split. And 75 goes northwest, and that you'll hit Vinings right before you cross the perimeter, and then you're into Smyrna, Marietta, Kennesaw, Woodstock, and on up to Nashville, Tennessee if you go far enough. So that's about the area that we're in, and hopefully you saw some things on the tour that you liked. The population, 24,000. Median income was 82,000
median income.
And we did a little digging on the difference between the median and the average.
Right.
That was interesting.
That's interesting.
Oscar, is your first language English?
No.
No.
English is Espanol is my first one. I speak a little bit of English too.
So for any of you that might be more comfortable speaking Spanish, that is Oscar's forte here on our team. He's actually got a really great team here in Atlanta. But if you need help and you prefer Spanish, then Oscar's your guy. Oscar, what would you say just the overall feeling is in the market? We're going to back it up with data, but buyer's market, seller's market, or houses moving quickly, or what do you think about the Vinings area?
You want me to say in Spanish, or I'm just kidding?
You can.
I'm just kidding. No, wow, we definitely are in a seller's market right now. It's completely seller's market. I feel sorry for the buyers, but multiple offers, bidding war in 2 days, 3 days, we got 10 offers when you list a property. So it's almost ridiculous, but hey, it is what it is right now.
Yeah, what I have found, and this is why it's really imperative that you're working with a team of experienced realtors who work with buyers, in this case relocation buyers, because just having someone who has a license to put in offers for you, like, that's not good enough.
No.
And it's not just the price, it's really all of the other terms and the way the offers are structured and the negotiations. Like, you know, we do a phenomenal job of getting our buyers properties at the best possible terms that they can get. Between what you, Hector, myself, the team, a couple hundred transactions a year.
Yeah.
So
maybe 40 million.
Yeah. We're definitely getting it done, but it does require maybe a little extra creativity in this market. So it's important that you're working with a great realtor when it comes to negotiations and structuring those deals. So just to give you some data, by the way, the average is when you just add them all up and divide. The average price point is about 500,000.
Yeah.
The median, which is when you take the whole list and you just pick the number in the middle.
The one in the middle.
The median is 400. So depending on which one you want, 400,000 to 500,000 is the average to median household price here in the area, and population 24,000, income about 82,000. So that being said, Oscar, we've had 20 in the Vinings area. We've had 23 listings come onto the market, and in the last month, and in that same period, we had 39 houses sold. So what does that mean? If you have
No
23,
inventory.
yeah. So if 23 are coming on the market and 39 are being sold, the inventory is
It's shrinking.
shrinking, and so
Aggressively.
low inventory is what creates the seller's market. So pending sales right now, we have 30 for the last month. The days on market, how long does it take to sell a house in this area?
3 days, 7 days.
A week or two. And I guess what the important thing for you to understand about that is whenever you're watching this video, whenever we start looking for homes, like, you're probably going to end up scheduling your plane flight to come into town to tour and look at houses before we even know which houses you're going to look at, because the ones that you look at today, well, by the time you get here, they're not available. And so that's really important to understand, that there will be new houses on the market, but you'll work with our team to figure out when you're coming into town, and then we'll get those the houses that are most in your budget and that fit your criteria and check all the boxes. Those might come on the market the day before you get here. So there's a little bit of faith in the process when you're relocating, and it won't always be that way, but this is early 2022, and that is the current market. So days on market, 1 to 2 weeks. And so when you talk about month supply, it's 0.8, less than a month. What does that mean? For the people that don't know what month supply, what's that mean?
What it means is that all the homes that are for sale right now, within a month, there will be 0 homes if no other homes will come on the market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So if we talked about those 23 new listings, if there were no more listings,
it's gone in 3 weeks.
8/10 of a month, and 80% of the month. What is that? Almost 3-4 weeks. 3 weeks. There's no houses left. So you always have houses coming on and going off. As a percentage of the list price, we're at 99%. So typically homes are being sold for what they're being listed for, so not a lot of room for negotiations. And last but not least, the price per foot is about $200 a foot. So
that's the average, basically.
yeah, what's a good way that they can use that information, price per foot?
What's a good way? I guess you got me on that question. But
So the way I like to explain it is, like, if you're looking for a 2,000 square foot home,
so that will be for $100,000.
that's $400,000.
I see what you're saying.
Now that doesn't mean that you can't spend more or less. Is it in original shape? Is it old? Does it need some love?
Depends on the condition.
What kind of condition is it in? What neighborhood or area?
But that's also an average, like you were saying, because if the home is like in top condition, you might be paying probably $250.
400.
Yeah.
400 a foot.
Yeah, exactly.
New construction in this area, really nice finishes.
Yeah.
So that's the average. So just take, if you're looking for a 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 square foot home, you can use that. But remember, location, condition, all of those things play a big role. So I don't know about you, Oscar, but I can totally see why this is the #1 rated city in Cobb County.
Oh, it's sweet. It's beautiful.
Probably because it's extremely close proximity to the city of Atlanta. It's inside the perimeter versus like a lot of our suburbs are outside. But Decatur is inside the perimeter, Vinings is inside the perimeter, and
I mean, it's so convenient. It's so convenient to downtown. Like you said, the airport is like, what, 15 minutes away. The international airport, Atlanta.
You're in luck if you stuck around for the entire video, because one of the great things about Cobb County is you actually get a $10,000 homestead exemption when you're a senior citizen or over the age of 63. Right. And so you're automatically going to get lower property taxes. So a lot of those people are leaving Fulton County, they're staying inside the perimeter, they're getting to Cobb County. If you're raising a family, Cobb County has some of the best schools in the country by far. So there's a lot to love about the area. Hey, listen, if you would do me a couple of favors. One, I'd love some feedback on how Oscar did on the tour. 2, if you live in Vinings or have lived in Vinings, if we missed something, if you've got some commentary, please drop it in the comments below. We're trying to be a resource for all of our viewers and subscribers, by the way. We appreciate all of you subscribers. If you haven't already, subscribe below, tap the bell so you get notified. We release 2 to 3 new videos every single week. They always have, a lot of great information and hopefully a little bit entertaining as well. And then, of course, if you're making the move to Atlanta, we'd love to be a resource, love to help you make a smooth move. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom so we can get face to face. And if you speak English, I'd be glad to help. if you speak Spanish and that's your preferred language, you're probably going to end
We both
up
can help.
for sure talking to my man Oscar.
Hablo español.
Yes, he does, and he does a phenomenal job. He's a phenomenal realtor, and I'm blessed to have him on my team. So with that being said, we really appreciate y'all tuning in, and until we see you here in Atlanta, hopefully we'll see you on the next episode.